Guys, what's up? It's Audrey. And if you've never seen my face before, then you probably haven't subscribed, so you should totally do that. I know this is like a super small channel and I really want to grow it, so definitely check it out. And if you've never seen my face before, you also may have not checked out my other channels, which we shouted out down below, along with a few others. So today I'm doing this makeup tutorial. I'm calling it like a natural smoky eye, because it's like a subtle smoky eye. I don't know, I think that's what something called them. Like, we never know. But yeah, and also, like, I filmed this video like 20 times now, so you should totally give it a thumbs up for the effort. And yeah, see you guys at the end. Okay guys, so starting off with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in the shade Taupe, I am swirling through my brows, then filling in my brows, and then swirling through them again to blend the product. I really don't know what I'm doing in the category brows. Let's be real, I don't really know what I'm doing in this video, but it's all for fun. So I'm not exactly good at makeup or anything. I'm just showing you guys what I do for a natural smoky eye. And I think it looks pretty good, but as I'm watching this video, I really am questioning myself. So I am just filling through those brows, like I've already said, to evenly distribute the product. Well, I'm sounding fancy. So then taking this Sephora Bright Future Color Corrector in the shade Pink Brightness and blending that all over my under eyes and my eyes to cancel out veins and dark circles, I guess. Don't take my word for it. Then taking my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer in the shade Sheer to increase the longevity of my eyeshadow. I'm trying to sound fancy here. Makes me sound like I know more stuff, even though I'm probably using all these words wrong. Let's be real. I'm just blending that out so I don't look like a crazy lady. Taking my Ulta palette in the like naturally shady there, and just to let you guys know, all these shades can be easily, used like with e.l.f. eyeshadow and stuff, and I feel like they look very similar to the look I'm doing. So I just took the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush to blend that all in. Now taking, don't ask why I did that, my e.l.f. blending brush from the dollar line and that purpley shade that I showed you guys for my first transition shade. Then taking that, no, it's not matte, taking that warm brown in the crease once again to intensify, I guess, the transition shade. So then typically I'd stop there if I was doing a natural eyeshadow look. But today, no, I am going all fancy on you guys. So I'm taking a matte brown and my e.l.f. crease brush from the dollar line and taking that more toward the outer corner of the eyes and blending it very harshly so it's not too harsh. Then taking my professional eyeshadow brush by e.l.f. once again, taking that really gorgeous goldy brown shade. That's one shade that I know for a fact e.l.f. has as a dupe. Well, dupe, nothing's really expensive in this video, but it is in the shade Coffee if you're curious. And I just took that onto the outermost eye lid. Yes, that thing. And then taking my crease brush and taking a matte black this time around, because I'm getting real fancy up in here, and I'm taking extremely little of that. Now taking my e.l.f. blending brush from the dollar line once again, and taking the matte brown and the matte black to intensify them a little bit more, but still not make way too much of a like kabam look, so it makes more a little bit like blended, I guess you could say. So then taking that purpley shade once again and blending everything in with the e.l.f. blending brush. And now I'm confuzzled. So then taking my e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush and my NYC Demi Lovato palette, taking the second shade in that palette. It's this really like champagne-y gold kind of shade, and I am taking that all over to the innermost lid, and I'm trying to blend that just a tad bit over the like goldy brown, but then I will re-intensify the goldy brown in a second here. So right now I'm re-intensifying the goldy brown if you were curious when I do that. So then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. eyeliner in the, that honestly doesn't have a shade. It's just a sparkly black. And then I'm taking it more of a less intense, so I'm like really lightly doing it. And I don't like putting things on my waterline, so I'm taking it right on my lash line, but extremely close to the waterline, and focusing it more to the outer edge of it. And I am very lightly putting that on. So then taking my e.l.f. smudge brush and just smudging that out a tad so it's less intense. Then taking that goldy brown shade once again and putting it over that so it's, you know, like a mild shade, but super pretty. So, and I got it in my eye, of course. And yeah, I feel like that just makes the look. Now going for the inner corners and brow bone, I'm taking that white shade, it's like a white sparkly shade, and taking my $1 line e.l.f. smudge brush, and I'm putting that on the inner corners of my eyes so they pop. And then I am taking that same white shade and that light natural matte shade, so 2 lighter shades in the palette, mixing those together for the brow bone. And now learning more about the brows, I would have took that not just at the arch, even though it's barely an arch, all the way. But I'm just learning, guys. I'm just learning. So now taking the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 110 Porcelain. This is a tad light for my skin tone, but it works. So I am taking my Studio M sponge, but first dabbing that all over my face. That's just the way I like to do it. I feel like it gives me a lighter coverage, and I don't like a, you know, large coverage. So I do a lot of dabs, but they're very light amount of dabs, and that way it looks more blended. And sorry, I was talking to my dad in that clip. But I really don't know what I'm doing. Taking the sponge and blending it all over. Once again, the Studio M sponge is like a $4 sponge, and I absolutely love it. Can't tell you if it's to do it for a beauty blender because I've never had a beauty blender. There's no way I'm going to pay that much for a makeup sponge when I love this one, and it works just fine. It doesn't bleed or anything. It's just an amazing sponge. So I just blend all my foundation in, and just mentioning my finger, that thing has been on for a while now, but when I filmed that video, it was on, so I'm sorry if anything looks weird with my fingy thing. If you were curious what happened, it just got slammed into a locker. So I am just blending in all the foundation still. I'm very picky about how blended my foundation is. It must be extremely blended, extremely light. Like, there can be no trace of anything. Like, I want it to look like I had nothing on my face. So then taking my Maybelline concealer in the shade Neutralizer, it's like the Instant Age Rewind, and I am blending that out with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. And I only blend that out under the eyes. And yes, I do notice that I forgot to do one eye. You'll see that in a second. And I realized that I didn't like using that brush for the nose and stuff. And there's where I realized I have nothing under there. I get so confused. It looks really weird. But then I'm going to put that on. And I was very unsure in this clip if I put that on or not. So I just redid it to play it safe, I guess. Oh, and I got concealer in my eye. I'm telling you guys, I get everything in my eye. Now I'm taking my sponge again, and I'm using that instead to blend the concealer that I used to like kind of like highlight points on my face, I guess. And I blend that all in. Man, I'm so picky when I blend people. But then I'm taking my e.l.f. high definition setting under eye setting powder with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush once again, and I'm putting it under my eyes because that's where it goes. And I feel like it does make my under eyes look way brighter. And I also feel that it just looks better when I do it, I guess. So yes. And I'm very bad with loose powders. And by the way, this is in the shade Sheer. I totally forgot to tell you guys that. I'm terrible with loose powders. So here's my Coverall powder in the shade Medium by Wet n Wild, and I like this powder because it's a pressed powder, and I like that's also in the shade Medium because it darkens up my foundation just a tad. Then taking my e.l.f. Duo in the shade Bronze. This is a holiday duo from last year, but I'm just taking the more contoury shade. And guys, I'm not going to call what I'm doing contouring. I tried, but I mean, like, it does something. It's not exactly bronzing of the skin. I really don't know what I do anymore. But I'm taking my Wet n Wild blending brush if you're curious. And don't ask about all my smiles. I make really weird faces in this video. Taking my e.l.f. blush brush and that blush in the palette. No, I did not use all that blush. I did hit pan on it. Then I dropped it. And for some reason, e.l.f. blushes are extremely sensitive to dropping. Like the contour shade was fine. But then the blush broke. And I've had another e.l.f. blush break. So yes. Now I'm taking that like rose gold almost highlight, and I love that highlight. It's also from my Ulta palette, and it's the only highlight I own as well. But I'm taking my concealer brush once again, and I really enjoy that brush for highlight. Don't know what it is, but I really enjoy that brush for a lot of things. So now I'm going back in with a contour shade and blending it on my forehead and on my jawline, because I forgot to do that. That's really the only reason why I do that now. So now going in with mascara and eyelash curler, I'm taking my e.l.f. eyelash curler. It was like a $2 eyelash curler, and I personally find all eyelash curlers are equal. So I'm curling my lashes, and then don't mind my faces once again. Taking my mascara, and luckily I didn't make any too weird faces while doing this. It's my waterproof amped lashes if you were curious. And it's a $10 mascara, but I got it for $4 because I did that like 21 days of beauty sale. So yes. And then I'm going to my lips, and this is my favorite lip combination ever. Dropping stuff, let's be real here. Taking my e.l.f. lip color in natural, matte lip color in natural, and I just use that almost as a base for the gloss that I'm going to be using. And I kind of digging that. Normally I don't love it, but I'm kind of digging it right now, just saying. But taking my Ulta Butter Balm Lip Gloss or something like that in the shade Anya. Once again, it will be in the description. And I'm putting that all over my lippies. And I love this shade. It's like such a nice pink, and I love it in the gloss form. Lately, I've been really into glossy lips. And guys, we did it. We did it. Yeah. Okay, guys, hope you liked this video. Be sure to give it a big, huge thumbs up if you really did. And yeah, so comment down below if you want to see a couple like other makeup looks. I'm thinking of a Makeup Monday, which is today. So I want to post Makeup Monday every day. It might be like a life hack video or something. But I also had some kind of another crazy idea. Next week I want to do a pure like everyday tutorial. Cause like this is like really not everyday for me. I go really light every day. So yeah, that's all I had to say to you guys, and see you Thursday.